Hello, everyone. Welcome to Court with Krissy. See what it takes to be part of ATL's Bad Girls Club. I hope you like it. Court with Krissy is now in session.
All right, who do we have at courtroom 2?
Position number 2, Ms. Bell.
All right, good afternoon, Ms. Bell. Your case is 24 CR 00355. You're charged with stalking, disorderly conduct, and reckless conduct. Do you understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, can I have the history, please, Mr. Howard?
Third arrest, 2023 FTA, on probation, ag assault, terrorist threats, possession of a knife or a firearm during the commission. Cruelty in the second battery, criminal trespass. That's 22 SC 184-736. That's it.
All right, Ms. Allen, please proceed if this is your case.
My case, Your Honor. The charges on this specific case are stalking, disorderly, and we added a reckless conduct. She has a $1,500 surety bond already. I'd asked for $5,000 surety added for the reckless conduct. Her probationary case is has a possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. It's for pointing a gun at some women that she was arguing with, and those are identical facts. In this case, it's alleged she had a gun when she was driving down the road, chasing a young woman and posting her video of herself chasing a young woman in her vehicle on Instagram Live. It's actually the victim in this case is her cousin. And there was a second person in a vehicle, Mrs. Key. There is also a current TPO that has been obtained since this incident in favor of. And so this is from May the 2nd, so a delayed arrest, and this occurred on Northside Drive, Southwest. It started on Lee Street and continued past that period, past that area. The investigation utilized camera footage to document the progression of this chase at 3 p.m. in the afternoon on city streets here in Atlanta, which is reckless. So we would ask for a bond, or would you like me to wait?
No, go ahead.
So we would ask for no contact with the victim and no contact with the alleged co-defendant. A day of anger awareness, no drugs, alcohol, or weapons. And I said I wanted a $5,000 surety for the reckless. I think that's it.
No.
Did I miss anything?
No, you got it all, Ms. Allen. Is Ms. Weems on the line and wishes to make a statement?
I'm not sure we were able to eventually get in touch with her, but that was part of what we were trying to do this morning. We have not yet. I did speak to the detective on the case, however.
All right, Ms. Wills, then please proceed.
Thank you. Ms. Bell is 26 years old. She is a native of the Metro Atlanta area. She does work for private healthcare. She's been there for about a year. She does qualify for our services. She has 3-year-old autistic twins at home. So I would be requesting a signature bond so that she can get home and tend to her children. She does deny the allegations as alleged. We have, of course, no objection to no contact. My client does not desire to have contact with either of the complaining witnesses in this case. She actually states that she's been harassed by the alleged victims in this case, and has evidence and documentation of that she hopes to present to the court at the appropriate time. But again, I would ask for a signature bond. Again, my client has very limited income at this time.
All right, defendant is going to receive a $2,500 surety bond, 1,000 on the stalking, 1,000 on the reckless, 500 on the disorderly. She's to have no contact with the alleged victim or cross defendant, and she's to have no drugs, no alcohol or weapons, including that subject weapon. And as a reminder, she'll be reset to state off purpose on the 20th. All right, best of luck. Who do we have next?
Number 3, Ms. Bellow.
Is the cross defendant on this calendar?
I don't know who the cross defendant is.
Last name was Patrick.
No, she's not.
Okay. I was gonna ask to do that one. All right. Ms. Bellow, your case is 24 CR 0035552H. In this case, you're charged with battery family violence. Do you understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Mr. Howard?
10 total, 2023 ag assault. That's open 23 SC 189645. Got an open battery DV 2 counts in state court. It's 23 CR 006478H. That's all.
All right. Ms. Allen, please proceed.
So, Your Honor, the two cases that pretrial just mentioned involve the same victim, and they occurred in June of last year and July of last year. There are currently 2 bond orders requiring absolutely no contact with this gentleman. The case in front of you is from January the 31st of this year. It's a delayed arrest. It was very close after Miss Bellow gave birth to a child that she shares with the victim in all 3 cases at this point. And she has been out. I think they attempted to arrest her initially, and she had some health issues, and so it was just an active warrant for a period of time. This involves a physical fight. Similarities to all 3 of these cases involve using an object to assault and attack her fiance, Mr. Michael Thomas. In this situation, she used her keys to repeatedly attack and strike him, causing lacerations to his face and body while he was holding their infant child. It's also alleged that she threw a can of soda at him during this altercation, and that can of soda actually struck their newborn in the head, causing bruising. So arguably, this could end up being a felony. The victim fled the location, which is the home I believe that they shared, and called police from the Texaco and explained what had happened. We would ask for no contact with Michael Thomas, no drugs, alcohol, or weapons, contact with the child through a third party, and a day of anger awareness. Based on the fact that this defendant is in violation of 2 different bonds on a superior court case and a misdemeanor case, and this is repeated violence of a similar manner against the same victim, and now a child is involved, we'd ask for a $10,000 surety bond, Your Honor.
All right, I'm sounding for Mr. Thomas at this time.
I don't
Mr.
believe we've been able to get in touch with him this morning.
Hearing and seeing none, Ms. Wills?
Thank you. Miss Bellow, excuse me, is 41 years old. She is a native of Georgia. She's currently unemployed and working on obtaining disability for herself. She does have 3 children, including a 4-month-old that she does breastfeed. Again, this incident happened approximately 5 months ago, almost 5 months ago, going on 5 months, excuse me. There haven't been.
Hey, did the jail disappear?
Yeah, I don't see him.
Oh, thank you for catching that, Mr. Howard. Can someone call jail? Well, happy Saturday.
They're back.
They are?
I just let them in. Or somebody, but now I don't see them anymore now.
Wow.
Okay, now they're trying to come back again.
There they are.
Okay.
All right, at courtroom 2, when did you lose us? Did you hear Ms. Wills begin?
In the middle of the argument.
Okay, well, go ahead. I heard Ms. Wills.
Okay. Thank you, Judge. As I was stating, my client does have 2 children, including a 4-month-old that she does breastfeed, that she shares with Mr. Thomas. She also has a host of medical conditions that she needs to tend to, chronic conditions that require treatment. As a result of this arrest, she actually did suffer from a seizure, which is why she was released from custody. My client states that she called the police, that this incident happened a couple of weeks after she gave birth, and she was very weak, and it was actually the alleged victim who initiated contact and attacked her. So we would request a signature bond. Again, my client is unemployed and has very limited income, as well as 3 children at home.
All right. And confirming there's just the one battery family violence charge at this time, Ms. Allen? There's nothing additional, correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
All right, defendant is gonna receive a $3,500 surety bond. She's to have no contact with the alleged victim in this case. And have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons as a condition. The incident location was her home, correct?
She does not live at that address, Your Honor. I did confirm that today.
So we'd
Okay.
ask for a stay away.
Victim's home. All right. All right, best of luck to you. That concludes your case. If you have a question, the best person to speak to is Ms. Wills, all right? I don't want you to say something that infringes upon your right to remain silent. Thank you.
Next is position 4, Browner.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon. Are you Raven Browner?
Yes, ma'am.
Your case is 24 CR 0035553Y. You're charged with 2 counts of criminal trespass. You understand your rights?
Two counts or one? Because on my paper, it only showed the one.
I believe it's 2, but let's let your attorney make those arguments. But do you understand your rights? You have a right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney, and I'm conducting this over the internet. Do you understand those things?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Ms. Howard, can I have history?
5th arrest. Got an open violation of family violence order in Gwinnett. I see a battery DV cruelty in the 3rd 2019 shoplifting conviction.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Allen?
Thank you, Your Honor. This is an incident that occurred May the 6th of 2024, so a delayed arrest with an active warrant out for her arrest. The victim in this case is named the incident location is police were called out to a dispute about neighbors arguing. And on scene, they met with the defendant, who reported that her downstairs neighbor and herself had been in a verbal argument earlier, but that nothing had happened. Police went back to the cruiser they arrived in and were told by dispatch that the victim in the case, who called 911, was reporting there was property damage. Police then made contact with Mr. Martin, and they approached with Mr. Martin his apartment there at the location. While doing so, the defendant was seen by police exiting his apartment. She tried to grab Mr. Martin, and police had to separate them and call for backup. She was detained. Officer Armstrong walked into the residence with the victim, and observed multiple items of furniture overturned, food taken out of the fridge and thrown all over the floor, all the toiletries taken out of the cabinets in the bathroom and thrown all over the floor. When asked about it, the defendant said the apartment was in that state when she arrived and that the door had been unlocked. It's not her apartment. Her address is listed as 1 in Georgia, so we're still unclear about the facts that created this situation, I guess. The victim reported to police that he'd been at a outside location when on his phone, through surveillance technology, he observed the defendant on Instagram Live inside his residence, destroying his property. He was able to show police images of her in his bathroom, throwing things all over the ground and the floor in there. And a warrant was obtained, and she's here in front of us today. So we would ask, based on the information that you just heard, There is a violation of a family violence protective order out of Gwinnett, but that is with a different victim. And there is a open family violence battery and cruelty to children in the 3rd degree out of Snellville that is open as well. We would ask for no contact, stay away from the incident location on Godby Road, 1-day anger management, no drugs, alcohol, or weapons. And we would ask for, so the criminal trespass 1 is for entering a residence that you have not been given permission to go into. And the second one is for interference with the property by basically tossing the contents of this gentleman's home. So we would ask for a $3,000 surety bond on this case, Your Honor, $1,500 and $1,500. Thank you.
All right, and I'm sorry, his name was?
It's Andrew. Common spelling.
All right, Mr. Martin, if you're present and wish to make a statement, this is your opportunity. All right, hearing none, Ms. Wills.
Thank you. Ms. Browner is 24 years old. She is a native of the Metro Atlanta area. She's currently unemployed, so she will qualify for our services. She has a high school diploma as well as some technical college. She has 2 children that she takes care of, a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old. Ms. Browner states that she does not desire to have any contact with the alleged victim in this case. Again, this incident happened about a month ago. There haven't been any other issues. She does not reside at the property. And she states that law enforcement let her go when they responded on the scene at the time of the incident. So she was not aware that there was a warrant for her arrest. I would request a signature bond, Your Honor, in this case.
All right. Based on the information before me, defendant's gonna receive a $5,000 signature bond through the jail, $2,500 on each count. She's to stay away from that incident location and have absolutely no contact whatsoever with the alleged victim, have no alcohol, no drugs, or weapons, and she'll be reset further notice. Is there anything additional?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, best of luck to you. What do we have next?
Position number 7.
All right. All right. Your case is 24 CR 003556E. You're charged with fair evasion and criminal trespass. You understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Howard.
57 total. 2023 simple assault. On probation for battery out of state court. 2021 probation, 2019 FTA. 2017 theft of lost mislaid property conviction. 2015 burglary conviction. And 2015 shop theft conviction.
All right. Ms. Allen, please proceed.
Can I get clarification about what position we're on?
Position 7, Ms. Hodges.
Thank you. I'd hate to talk about the wrong case.
Oh, much appreciated.
So this incident is from this week, June the 7th of 2024. The location is Street. This is a MARTA case. The initial counts are fair evasion and criminal trespass. Officer Usury, USSERY with MARTA Police, observed the defendant go through the fare gate without paying the required entrance fee. She was detained, and when reviewing her criminal history, it was revealed that she'd been issued a no return or a criminal trespass order on March the 14th, 2024, and had an active suspension from the location. We would ask that $1,500 surety bond, or actually let's say $2,000 surety bond, so one on each charge. Stay away from MARTA locations. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Wills, based on the information before me, I'm inclined to give your client a signature bond and require that stay away in compliance with any suspensions that may be in place. Do you have any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, defendant's gonna receive a $6,000 signature bond through the jail, $3,000 on each count. She is stay away from that location, comply with any active minor suspensions, have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons as a condition. Best of luck to you, Ms. Hope. Who do we have next?
So whenever you're ready, courtroom 2, you can bring the first person up.
We can start at position number 9, Ms. Renfro.
I basically drive cars around.
Renfro.
And who's representing Ms. Renfro?
This Keith Cook, Your Honor.
Okay, yes, good afternoon, Mr. Cook.
Thank you.
Let's see, good afternoon, Ms. Renfro. You've been charged in case 24 CR 003449B with reckless driving and hit and run. Is there a history? Good afternoon, Mr. Howard.
Hey, 6 total, open, entering auto in the cab, trespass and obstruction. Was arrested for obstruction, Newton County on May 31st. 2022 possession of a controlled substance, 2022 trespass, and 2018 ag assault.
Okay, Ms. McCockey, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. This incident occurred on March 12th, 2023. The defendant was involved in an accident with the victim, Mr. Jared Young, and failed to stop or remain on the scene and provide her information. The defendant struck Mr. Young's vehicle on the driver's side while he was stopped at a red light. Upon investigation, officers discovered that on the day of the incident, the defendant had been committing thefts from vehicles in DeKalb County with another person. While in the process of fleeing from one of those attempted thefts, the defendant exited Interstate 20 westbound onto Capitol Avenue at a high rate of speed, made a wide right turn crossing the solid yellow double center line, and that is when the defendant struck the victim's vehicle, and video footage of the hit and run was found on street cameras. The state's recommendation is a $2,000 surety bond on the hit and run, a $1,000 surety bond on the reckless driving, no further contact with the victim, Jared Young, no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond.
Mr. Cook?
Yeah, Sean, my client is 20 years old. She's not working. She disputes the allegations as stated in the warrant. We would be asking at this time for a signature bond to whatever level the judge deems appropriate. We have no objection to the no further contact or to the no drugs, alcohol, and weapons.
Okay, for the reckless driving, there will be a $2,000 signature bond through the jail. For the hit and run, a $3,000 signature bond through the jail, makes for a total of a $5,000 signature bond through the jail. No further contact with Jared Young, and no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Ms. Renfro.
Thank you.
Next, we go to position number 13, Ms. Todd.
900 a week.
Good afternoon, Ms. Todd. You have been charged in case 24 CR 003451F with battery. Is there history, Mr. Howard?
Second arrest, 2022, theft by taking dismissed.
Yes, Your Honor. In this case, law enforcement was dispatched to street where they met with the mother of the victim. The victim is a juvenile, so I'll refer to her as AZ. She advised that the defendant brought her daughter to their home to fight the victim, and then at that time, the defendant actually jumped in and struck the juvenile victim. The state is asking for a $1,500 surety bond, no contact with the juvenile, AZ, a stay away from the incident location, no weapon, drugs, or alcohol while out on bond. I'm not sure if Ms. Zachary is on the line. I see a Rolanda Zachary. We would sound for the mother of the victim at this time in case she would like to chime in.
Zachary, if you would like to address the court, now is your opportunity to do so. You, of course, do not have to, but if you would like to, you'll have to unmute yourself and I'll have to swear you in. Would you like to address the court, Ms. Zachary? Okay, well, you have to unmute yourself so we can hear you.
Ian, did I get a correct history? I might have got the Todds mixed up.
I'll double check for you. Give me 2 seconds.
You should have something at the bottom of your device, Miss Zachary, that says unmute. Okay. And courtroom 2 can, while she's trying to get her device working, courtroom 2,
Yes.
would you make note that a private attorney, David Rigdon, is here for Joseph Todd, so let's take him when we can. And I'm not sure who Miss Joffrey's here for this afternoon, but if we could take her client also.
Okay.
Your Honor, I'm here for Jack Darden.
Okay,
I believe he's number 2 on the calendar.
okay, thank you.
Judge,
So
Judge, I gave the wrong history.
okay, would you like to give me the correct one?
Yeah, hold on. This is M. Todd, correct, Michelle?
Yeah.
I got 33 total. Last arrest was April. Use of shoplifting device, petty theft out of Florida. Open shoplifting in Fulton County. What else? 2020 probation, 2023 FTA, 2023 simple assault dismissed, 2019 simple battery DV, 2019 simple battery. And on probation for the theft out of Cherokee County in Florida. That's all.
Okay. Ms. Zachary, I'm sorry that you're not able to get your device working. Anything further from the attorneys on this matter? As such, it will be a $1,500 good bond. Stay away from the incident location, no further contact with the minor child, and no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Ms. Todd.
Do we want to
Your Honor.
reconcile the calendar to the ACDC crimes?
They're signing on now, Judge.
Okay.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Yes, Dr. Lynn.
I was told that I needed to be present for a 2 p.m. hearing with Jasmine Atkinson.
Yes, is that, I have a Brianna Atkinson.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, she is, she's with females probably, and they're probably here right now, okay?
Okay.
So she should be up momentarily.
Now, her brother is outside trying to get in. I'm not sure if I can.
He's in outside, as in the waiting room to get on the Zoom call?
He's outside of our home and he's trying to get
Okay.
in. Well, I think he might interrupt things if I let him in.
Okay, well, we'll see where she is and we'll be with you.
Okay. Your Honor. Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Okay. Afternoon, Officer Milton.
Position number 1, Miss Atkinson.
Okay, good afternoon, Ms. Atkinson. And just for all the ladies that are there, let me address you all at the same time. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the State Court Expedited Accusation Calendar that we're conducting by video. If you have any objection to your case being heard by video, please let me know when you come before me. You have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have a right to have an attorney present at these proceedings. We're providing you with the assistance of a public defender today if you choose to utilize their services. Ms. Atkinson, you have been charged in case 24 CR 003155B with battery family violence. Is there a history, Mr. Howard?
Second, 2019 driving without a license.
Okay.
Your Honor, this incident took place on May 20th, 2024. Officers responded to in reference to a dispute. Upon arrival, officers met with the victim, who advised that his niece, the defendant, and him were in an argument, and the defendant struck him in the face 3 times, leaving red marks and bruises on his eye. The defendant and the victim lived together, or I believe formerly lived together. This is a pretty bare bones warrant, Judge, but I do want to clarify one little thing because I believe the victims are going to bring it up. So I believe that the victim's sister lives with him. Her name is Francine Lynn, and it's my understanding that she may have a TPO against the defendant. And she was at the residence when this happened. Now, she brought that up to the police and they checked through, I forget the name of the program where they check the TPOs, but in any event, it didn't come through on GCIC. They couldn't confirm that the TPO was issued. I myself have looked at the TPO and I have not added a charge for violating a family violence order at this point because the TPO has a different name. I believe she may go by a different name, Jasmine. But at this point, I wasn't able to confirm that that's the same person. So at this point, she is only charged with the battery. Our office has been in touch with the victim. He's also on the line. He's the uncle of the defendant. He confirmed the events in the warrant. He did say there's a TPO in place. The defendant was ordered to stay away from the residence. She came unannounced and uninvited. He stated that the defendant has vandalized his residence and is very violent. He wants no contact and wants her to stay away from the residence. At this point, Your Honor, this is her second arrest. Her first arrest is traffic. So the state's recommending a signature bond through pretrial, a no further contact with the victim, a stay away from the incident location, anger awareness, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol while out on bond. And if we could sound for Dr. Lynn.
So you didn't name the victim, so I assume that it's Thaddeus Lynn.
Yes, Lynn Kedron is his name.
Say it again.
Lynn Kedron. I believe he's who was just speaking.
Okay, well, that has a different name.
Yeah, that has a different name.
So spell the last name of who I need to have on the paperwork.
Kedron.
Okay. Now, Mr. Lynn, is this, you have Thaddeus, who is Kedron? Is it Kedron Lynn?
Yes, Your Honor. My full name is Thaddeus, Thaddeus. My middle name is Kedron, Kedron. And my last name is Lynn, Lynn. And Jasmine, Brianna Atkinson is on the TPO.
Okay. And all right. So let's see, Dr. Lynn, if you would like to address the court, I'll need for you to raise your right hand for me. Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Do, Your Honor.
Okay, you can place your hand down, sir. What would you like to tell the court?
I am a physician to the communities I've served for 25 years, and I've served people of all walks of life. I've interacted with all types of people. I have no intentions of being disruptive at any time with anyone. I'm a peaceful person. Patients rely on my medical assistance and advice. Patients expect me to be at my post to render medical assistance in their time of need. I am a loving brother, and I care for my sister and our home. I have tried to help and counsel Jasmine, and she has not been cooperative. She has vandalized our home and utilized our home for her own selfish reasons, braiding hair and selling food from our home, running a business called Jazz Nails, which can be found on the internet with our address, home address, bringing uninvited people and animals into our home all hours of the morning, day, and night. The more I tried to help her, the worse her behavior became. I have found her marijuana and drug paraphernalia in our home. She has exhibited unpredictable and explosive outbursts that make me feel unsafe in her presence, and a real possibility that she would harm me physically. She has threatened to do me harm. She has threatened to burn down our home if she can't stay here. She contributes nothing for the benefit and operation of our home or the persons that live here. We had a caretaker in the home to promote a peaceful living environment, but due to Jasmine's belligerent behavior and exhibited false entitlement, she ran the woman away. Jasmine keeps our home chaotic and supercharged with intense stress due to her bullying, unpredictable threats, and mood changes. Jasmine Atkinson has violated her TPO order on April 10, that was ordered on April 10, 2024. She has come to our home with police escort Sunday, May 19, 2024 to retrieve her belongings. She has walked into our home Monday, May 20, 2024, and assaulted me by striking my left orbital or eye socket 3 times with her closed fist, bruising my left third digit. I have left knee pain due to left knee trauma, and it's difficult for me to walk. I beseech no further contact. Anger awareness, drug and alcohol screening, psychological assessment, no weapons, and the maximum assurity bond. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you for being here this afternoon, Dr. Lynn. Let's see, does she have any additional belongings in your household at the present time?
For some reason, she wants to leave something so that she can come back and create chaos and just terrible stuff. She might. I think she was here Sunday and she left 4 or 5 items. Really don't amount to anything. I don't know why she left them. She had her boyfriend Patrick Major come yesterday and retrieve her dog. So I don't know why he didn't take her few things that were left Sunday with him.
Okay, thank you, sir. Yes, Mr. Cook.
Yes,
You're welcome.
may I inquire of the witness, Your Honor, just briefly?
Of course, Mr. Cook, go ahead.
Okay. Were you in fact on the incident date? Were you engaged in a fight with her brother?
Sorry, Your Honor, is he speaking to me? Am I allowed to speak?
Yes, go ahead.
No, sir, I was not engaged in any fight. I came from my medical clinic around 4 or 5 o'clock yesterday and found her brother using a crowbar to pry open a burglar door that we have installed in his home for almost 40 years. And Jasmine walked into the den while I was holding the crowbar with both hands and started commotion. And I informed her at that time that she has a TPO order and she's not supposed to be on the premises. And then she instructed her brother to go upstairs to the attic door and try to pry that door open. And when I was up there with both hands on the crowbar, trying to prevent him from doing that, she walked up the stairs and she struck me in my left eye 3 times with her closed fist. She could have caused me severe vision problems. I need my vision to do my job.
Yes. Okay. Was there some dispute in December over the ownership of the house regarding perhaps the wishes of a grandmother who passed away?
No, sir. There is no confusion in anyone's mind. There is a trust. This home and all real property in this home is in that trust. And the trust clearly says that I am the owner.
All right.
And I have those documents, and she has those documents as well.
Okay. No further questions. Thank you.
Your Honor, there seems to be some confusion with the names. Can we just confirm what the defendant's legal name is? Because they're saying it's Jasmine Brianna. I have Brianna Jasmine. I just think we need to probably clear that up on the jail side and everyone.
Mr. Cook, what's your client's name?
All I can go by is the paperwork, and so I was never prompted to ask if that was correct. What I have is Brianna, Breana Atkinson, Adkinson.
Is her first name Jasmine?
All I don't know. I didn't inquire because I
can we inquire? Can we inquire now?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Atkinson. Go ahead, Mr. Cook.
Miss Atkinson, what is your first name?
Jasmine, Jasmine.
Jasmine?
No E.
Okay, Jasmine, Jasmine.
Yeah.
And Brianna is your middle name?
Yes, sir.
Breana?
Brean.
Okay. And your last name is Adkinson?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right, so that's, all right. Anything further, Mr. Cook?
Nothing further, yeah. Well, yes, I'd like to address, it's my understanding that, my client has accepted a job in Houston as a cook and would be leaving for that city, tomorrow if she can make her flight. We would be asking for an SOB to whatever a level the court deems appropriate, and we would object to the anger awareness requirement. I still have a lot of questions about, and which will have to be settled somewhere down the road, about the whole ownership of the property and who was fighting whom. And it's a little, the warrant didn't even get the names right, so that guy have a right to be a little bit,
Excuse me, but it looks like Vantonia is spamming. She's spamming the court session.
Just to.
What's going on? I'm sorry, I'm not sure what's going on. What
I
do you-
I didn't
was-
understand.
Someone named Vantonia is spamming the court session with a cell phone.
I don't know of Antonia, but if it's related to the case, I'll leave that up to the judge.
I don't think people are allowed to film, so I think the
I
deputies.
just
Oh,
removed. them,
filming,
Judge.
I'm sorry, I didn't know that's what you said. No, we certainly don't. And that, again, that's still up to the judge. We're not thinking people are allowed to film.
I just
Right.
removed them, Judge.
Okay.
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you all. Let's see. Anything further from anyone on this?
Nothing,
Okay, so it's going to be a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. If she leaves the state, I will allow her to report by phone. 1-day anger awareness, no further contact with Mr. Thaddeus. Lynn, stay away from the no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. If you go back to that, Ms. Atkinson, you will be in violation of this bond order. If you have any contact with Dr. Lynn whatsoever, you'll be in violation of this bond order and it will be revoked. No contact means absolutely no contact. No phone contact, no email contact, no personal contact, no internet contact, no contact whatsoever. Good luck to all of you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, what was the dollar amount?
$5,000 signature bond through pretrial. Okay, who do we have next?